Hi, I'm Barbara. Welcome to this week's version of Craft Corner Kits to Go. I want to remind you that you can pick up a kit at your local library or your local branch of North Madison County Public Library, or you can provide your own supplies if you can't get up here, and you can make your crafts with me. I try to pick things that you easily would have on hand, but if you don't, like I said, you can go to your local branch and ask for a kit, and you should be able to get one. This week, we're getting into spring, so I made, and I thought it'd be fun for us to make together, a little lamp. This lamb is made out of a coffee cup, styrofoam coffee cup, some cotton balls, some non-spring type clothespins. Um, they're also known as doll pins. A small styrofoam ball, some felt, a little square of craft foam, white. You're going to need a marking pen, and you're going to need white glue, some sharp scissors, a paintbrush, glue dots, and I'm using a paper plate to work on because that kind of contains the mess. Oh, you're going to need Google Eyes too. Um, I have in my kit a pattern for you to use to make your little pieces that you're going to fasten on. You don't have to use the pattern. You could cut your own circles out. So let's get started. First of all, you want to take your styrofoam cup and your clothespins, and with a marking pen, you want to make the ball at the bottom of the clothespin black all the way around. These are the sheep's feet. So I'm going to color these real quick because I didn't make some ahead of time on this. But I'm just scribbling on them, but you can make them more black than that, okay? So when you get done with these, then you want to take them and put them on your coffee cup. Now you put the first one on and then go exactly opposite and put another one on, and then halfway between those two you put another one on and exactly opposite it. That way you have legs. Okay? Now the next step is going to be the messy part. You're going to take your white glue and your paintbrush, and you want to cover this entire coffee cup with white glue. You just keep painting it on until you've covered the whole thing, and just go all the way around with that. And when you're finished, you're going to take your cotton balls and kind of pull them apart, but don't pull them all the way apart. Just kind of fluff them out so they cover as much area as they can, and lay it on the glue. Now I've got one that I did yesterday because you're going to have to, after you get all of this glue on, you're going to have to let it dry. So I'm going to move on to the part with the dry cotton ball. And at the same time that you covered it with all this cotton. You also put a little bit of glue on your styrofoam ball and stuck it on top for a head, like this. So this has set overnight, which it probably won't take that long for you, but you do have to let it set until it's dry, a few hours at least. Okay, so right now I have the start of my lamb. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my template and cut those out so that I have pieces. And then you want to take what you cut out and the nose part right here, this little nose, you want to lay it on this white craft foam and cut around it so that you have a circle of white. And if you don't have my pattern, just cut a circle of white a little bit bigger than a nickel. It's kind of an oval, actually. Then you want to take your marking pen and you want to make this kind. You make a Y and then make a C and a backward C so that you have a nose. So I just took the tail of the Y and then made the little mouth at the bottom of it. Now you can take your glue dots and put them on the back of this white foam. And glue that on the face of your sheep, your lamb. Okay, so there's his nose. Now we're going to take another glue dot and our Google eyes, and I'm going to take the glue dot like I do sometimes and split it in half so there's not so much glue behind the eye, and then put them right above the nose and kind of push them in so they hold. All right, now you've got ears that you want to cut out from your template, and you want to lay them on your felt, and I cut mine out ahead of time. You just cut around and end up with 2 ears. On the pointy part, see there's a round part and a pointy part. On the pointy part of the ear, I am going to take a glue dot, and I'm kind of going to wad it up a little bit in my hand and stick it right at the pointy part right there, and then I'm going to squeeze the pointy part together. So look now, I have kind of a, I don't know, maybe like more of an ear shape. Then I'm going to take another glue dot and fasten that on the back part of that ear shape and put it on, I don't know if I can do this backwards, put it on my lamb right there. See? Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. I'm just scrunching it up and putting it in the pointy part of the ear and then folding the ear over it so that it has kind of an ear, more of an ear shape. And then I'm fastening this on the other side And I need to look at him from the front, so I put it in the right place. Okay, so now my glue kind of shows, but that's okay, because of what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take another cotton ball like this and pull it apart a little bit, and we're going to take some more glue and we're going to put that on his head. So let me get this and kind of put that flat on his head there. Yep, came off. You might have to work with this a little bit because it tries to stick to your fingers and tries to stick to everything but what you want it to stick to. So just hold onto your head and push down with your fingers, and there your little lamb has a woolly head. Now the only thing he's still missing is his tail, which we've got a pattern for that, and I cut one out of felt. Or you could just cut a long shape like that. And I'm going to roll up my glue dot a little bit and put it on the back of the felt. And then stick his tail on. And there you have the cutest little lamb. And he's all ready for spring. So that's all for this week. See you next week on Craft Corner Kits to Go. And you have a great week, okay?